I am the urban gardener who harvested all of this with you with my camera in slow motion. And somebody mentioned that like rosemary doesn't like moist soil, but marshmallow does. I'm putting it in there and seeing what happened. I'm just being honest. Blueberry's trying to take me out, y'all. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and address this literally one time because everybody keep asking me about snakes. When I come through here, it's like all my life I had to fight. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. I am also the urban gardener who started recording and I kept saying something doesn't look right. I am the urban gardener who harvested all of this with you with my camera in slow motion. So anywho, this is gonna be a harvest video and then I'm gonna show you preserving. So this is gonna be a two-parter video. My neighbor's dog is on the road this morning. Anyway, it's gonna be a two-part video. So we have harvested kale. This is rugged Jack or red Russian. This is a curled kale. Not sure of the name, the variety. We also got some asparagus and we also grabbed some peas. So let's just keep moving. I kept saying something is not right. Why does this look like this? And I was like, let me watch it back. It was all in slow motion. Okay, so we were harvesting the kale when I realized that not when I realized something wasn't right. When I said to myself, you need to watch this because this is not right. Does not look right. Anyway, this is a dinosaur kale, or lacianato as they call it. Very good for kale chips. I was telling you all earlier that I'm harvesting very heavily on these plants because I'm very surprised that these plants have not bolted because I don't normally grow a spring crop of brassicas, kale, any of that, because it normally bulks quickly. We don't normally have a cool spring. We go like from winter to summer, but we've had quite a really cool. We've had quite a cool spring, mild spring, as well as we've had quite a bit of rain. And so these plants were still living. So we can go ahead and harvest them. Now I don't know if they are if they're any kind of bitter. I did use some for kale chips, but of course once you cook a kale chip and you season it, you wouldn't know. So I don't know how well they're gonna do for fresh eating, but at any rate, you know, I can use them for something. So we're just gonna harvest all of this. And then there's cilantro back here too. And we have one that's going to seed, but cilantro seeds is what we use for coriander. So I'm gonna leave it and just let it keep going. If I'm lucky, these plants will keep growing. I've seen people with, especially the dinosaur kale, in their garden all summer long. And so it's probably more bitter than anything, but I know people use them in smoothies. I don't drink smoothies, but I'm sure I could find it. I could use it for something. So we have some dinosaur kale going in. We have quite a bit of kale to get, but how pretty. What a beautiful basket of things. This one over here has quite a bit of pest pressure. I can see the eggs on the back of that, so I'm gonna see what I can get from that, but if I don't get a lot, it's okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, so we're gonna go ahead and take that. But we're also gonna go ahead and take the rest of this ragged Jack. Yeah, there's a whole spider in there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is where I'll just take it in the house and put it in some salt water. Take it in the house, put it in some salt water, and then the salt will kill the bugs pretty much, and then we'll be able to use it. I don't mind that kind of stuff. Now I'm pulling these off. It's sometimes better to cut it so that you don't ruin like the stem of the plant. But these plants probably don't have that much longer in the garden. You know what I did last night? I started a bunch of things that either did not germinate when I direct sowed them, or they didn't germinate when I tried to start them in the house, so I tried them again. I have a very long growing season. It's like 250 some days. It's a very long growing season. So I have time to still be starting things. I think most people still have time to be starting stuff, you know, inside or even direct sowing it, because it's what, May? I think a lot of people do. So we're gonna leave those plants, see if they grow us any more kale. But for right now, we have a beautiful, beautiful basket of kale, and my plants still have not bolted. So yay for that. Yeah, there's quite a few like worms and everything on this, because that's one thing about growing brassicas in the summer. Once it starts to get hot, the pests, they're coming. They are coming, and they are going to eat on your plants. They are going to lay their eggs on your plants, and then their babies are going to hatch on your plants. But still, I think having them in the garden at all right now, for me, that's a win, because again, I don't normally plant them. We're going to take some of this cilantro too. I got to go find something to cut it with. The cilantro that hasn't bolted, and I imagine it has not bolted because it was being shaded by the kale. And so with that being said, we've now harvested the kale, so it's probably going to bolt. So I grabbed another basket because the other one is kind of full of kale. So we're going to just grab some of this cilantro. I'm going to cut it kind of above an area where another leaf is growing. Oh my goodness, cilantro smells so good. Cilantro is another one that does not like the heat. You know, as the summer comes, it's definitely going to bolt, but we're going to take it. I've never dehydrated cilantro. I feel like I have, and we're going to try it. I mean, I can, and we're going to try it because I love cilantro. I really do. So we're going to get most of this cilantro at this point. And then if it grows back, cool. I don't know if cilantro is one of those plants or not, because normally it goes straight to seed. So that is the cilantro harvest. I know I normally do a little more movement in the camera, but in order to harvest, I'm not going to be able to do that today. I'm going to give these little ones to the chickens. Oh, there's a little bit more right there. And the one that's bolting, of course, I did not cut any of that off. I'm just gonna let it go to seed, and then I'm gonna save the seeds. So now I'm getting to see kind of what's back here. I have a sunflower. Remember, I did the miniature sunflowers or the dwarf sunflowers. They did not. The one over here did not germinate, but I got two in the other spot. So I'll probably move that. Dig it up as gentle as I can, and then move that over here. But look, this space is open now, but in a few days, if they don't bolt, go to seed, make the seeds for next year. We'll get some more kale. So the next thing that we're gonna harvest is this mint. We got a lot of mint, y'all. My goodness, this is the orange mint. It smells good and it tastes delicious too. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest this. And I'm gonna show you, I cut above it, but like if you cut right above one of these areas, that's where the mint is gonna continue to grow. So I always try to cut above a space like that because it'll grow back all summer long. Like right now, we're gonna do this really heavy harvest, but it'll grow back all summer, and we'll come back and it'll be growing again. So that's where I try to cut, where I can see new leaves growing in. Now let's just be clear, if this was like overly bushy, I would just come in here and cut, and it would still grow back. I have 3 different mints over here, so I try to keep them separated. At this point, I can smell and I can know what's what. Earlier in my gardening journey, I did not. And I would just have mixed mint jars after I harvested them. But I can smell them now. Some of their leaves are different, so I can tell from the leaves. But we're gonna put this in the dehydrator and save it for teas and Now, I don't do a lot of cooking with mint. I don't do any cooking with mint, honestly. Maybe I have to figure that out. We use our mint mostly for teas. As I understand it, mint can be used medicinally too. So while I'm learning my medicinal stuff this year, I will also be learning about mint. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. It smells so good. And then the feverfew is about to go to flower. Well, not go to flower, because with feverfew, I have done some research on this. You can use the flower and the leaves, and like they call it feverfew, it's actually good for fevers. So cool, right? Pulling some of that off because it's looking a little rough. Now I could go and plant this somewhere else, and I might. Y'all are sitting in the garden bed. So I'm gonna sit these over here because I might just plant them right there too. And somebody mentioned that like rosemary doesn't like moist soil, but marshmallow does. I'm putting it in there and seeing what happens. I'm just being honest. We'll see what happens. If something dies, everything in the bed is not gonna die. I want it to be a medicinal herb bed, and so I'm doing it. Well, actually, this is my mixed herb bed. So I'm doing it with the herbs that I have. And then if something doesn't work out, I can always just replant it. And then I won't replant that because I know it will not work. All right, let's finish up here. The blueberries are mixed in with this. The marshmallow is mixed in with this. It really, really needed to be harvested. I don't know what this one is. It's either peppermint or spearmint, maybe. Yeah, it's either peppermint or spearmint. It's very, very, smells like a gum, which is how I know it's either peppermint or spearmint. And now I think this other one over here is that ginger mint, and I'm not harvesting it because I'm not going to eat it. Maybe, maybe not. And the tag is gone. So I do not know. I can't, let me see. I can't tell. Might be chocolate mint. But I think chocolate mint has a little bit of coloration on the stem. I don't know which one that is. I can't tell. There's a big old spider web up here too that I'm trying to avoid. And then you got the blueberries. It's just like, you see them. They're so pretty. So pretty, and it's a lot of them. Let me go on the other side. I'll be right back. All right, so that is our mint harvest. Super excited about that. I'm also gonna get this lemon balm real quick. My daughter loves lemon balm tea. I do too, honestly. It tastes so delicious. All right, so now, blueberry's trying to take me out, y'all. This is the lemon balm. It grows so fast and so prolific, and there's always a spot that has a leaf growing out of it. So I don't take too much care to this because, well, when I say care, the way that I'm cutting it, because there's always some leaves growing out of it some way. Lemon balm, smell that. Smell it. Some of the leaves are browning on the ends, but it's okay. So like I said, love it for tea. Pretty much all I've used it for. I need to put this hair up, y'all. It's all in the way. By the way, I got my nails done. I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. Nail cam for May. Nail cam. Can y'all see it? It's a pretty little flower. I told her I wanted flowers. I also showed y'all that earlier. That's when I should have known something was wrong. I could not get the camera to focus on my nails. I was like, this is so weird. I see some chamomile over there. It's just a little bit of it. But with chamomile, it's one of those things, if you pick, the more you pick, the more it grows. But it just didn't do well. I got a few things. I don't know if I told y'all this when the camera was in slow motion or if I told you afterwards. When I'm editing, we'll find out when I told you. Anyway, I started a lot of seeds last night. Things that did not germinate when I did direct sowing. Things that did not germinate when I tried to do it in the house. So I planted a lot of seeds last night. They're in the greenhouse now. So I'm hopeful that those things germinate. Like I said, I have a very long growing season, so it's not too late for me to be starting things, because I could literally plant a whole other garden. Whole nother is not a word. A whole other garden halfway through this season. So I'm doing that, and then I'm hopeful to get a good harvest the first time, get a good showing of flowers the first time, and then the second time around I can grow again, and then get a second very pretty showing of things. I'm just looking around because I haven't been out here. It's been so rainy here. Oh, I did pull out the y'all always tell me the name of that plant, and I'll never remember when we started talking. Lamb's ear. I did have to pull out the lamb's ear. I mean, spreading so fast. And I probably did not get it all because I did not dig it. I didn't want to disturb the roots of the blueberry, but I did pull it out. Do I want to put it somewhere else? Not really. I don't have a lot of space, and if I put it somewhere else, it's just gonna spread wherever I put it. And I heard, like I saw where y'all said the flowers were very pretty, but I don't have that kind of space. The way that plant was spreading, that's a quail. Y'all hear it? They're not normally that loud. Anyway, it's the rooster. But yeah, I don't want to put it anywhere else. It's laying in the walkway right now, and it's probably gonna go in the compost pile. I have a sedum that's in the compost pile that I had pulled out because I was like, I don't like this plant. And not that I didn't like the plant, because the one that I did leave in, it is beautiful now. Now I'm like, I should go grab that out the compost pile and plant it somewhere else. But I have it in the flower bed, and it is absolutely beautiful. So listen, I'm just talking, right? Do y'all remember when we planted the basil, I said we were going to go back and cut the top off the basil, and then it would start to get bushier, more bushier than tall. So we're about to do that too. Now basil, like I said, I like it in tea, but I also like it when I'm making my spaghetti sauce. Basil and spaghetti sauce is delicious. I plan to try, is it the caprese? Ooh, y'all don't talk about me too bad. Salad this year too. Of course it won't come from this because this is gonna get dehydrated and saved, because I do dehydrate my basil as well. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the tops off all these basil. They look very much like they are established down, and that's what I was waiting for them to get established, and then I was gonna cut them so they could get bushier. So let's go do that. So there goes the lamb's ear I was telling y'all about. It was all like halfway down this path, and I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that, because that's not what I'm looking for in this area. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna have to sit this on something. It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, we're gonna take the tops of these. You can see where they're getting bushier, so we're gonna take that whole top off of all of them and then let them grow from the side shoots. Taking more than I probably should, but they're actually really tall, and I want them to not be so tall because there's things behind it that I don't want them to shade out while they're trying to get established. So there's beans back here. The sunflowers, the miniature sunflowers are back here too. Well, they're in front of them, but still, if it gets too bushy, it could shade this stuff, and I don't want that to happen. So we're taking quite a bit of it off the top. And there you have it. We got basil in here, and we got lemon balm in here, and it's a beautiful little harvest. Okay, so now we're at the strawberry bed. I went and got my strainer, colander, in a bowl, whatever you want to call it, because I'm going to have to rinse these off. Now, I'm going to go ahead and address this literally one time, because everybody keep asking me about snakes. Just recently, people have started asking me about snakes. Y'all, when I tell you how scared I am of snakes, I am scared of snakes. If a snake shows up in this garden, it's going to have the whole garden. Like, I am afraid of snakes. So to answer y'all's question, no, I have never had a snake. I don't live in a wooded area, although you wouldn't be able to tell it. There are trees in people's yards, but I don't live near a wooded area. So let's cross our fingers for me. And if y'all want to keep getting these videos, let's cross our fingers for all of us, because no, I ain't never seen a snake. I hope I never do. And the reason why I figured I would say it here is because people do say things like, you know, don't snakes come when you have a strawberry patch. They probably do in the right area. They've never come here. And for that, I am most definitely appreciative. Anyway, so let's see what we got going on down here. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I told you I'm sharing these strawberries with some animal. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but, well, some insect. I'm pretty sure it's P.O bugs, because I see P.O bugs down here all the time. So a lot of these strawberries do go to the chickens. I am thinking of pulling these out, laying down plastic, not the plastic, the weed barrier, and then replanting them. I really am. I don't mind sharing, but I probably, they eat more than we do. I'll tell you that. That's why I come out here very often during this time of the season, to see what's out here. Missed that. To see what's out here, and then I harvest them as soon as I can see one that's nice and ripe. Because yeah, there's so many down here, but once I pull them out, it definitely, something has already eaten it. Plus, with all of the rain, that doesn't help either. We've had quite a bit of rain. So like this one is not fully ripe, but it's a nice tomato, strawberry still. So we're gonna go ahead and take it. If I need to, if I need to sweeten them, that's fine. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that, yeah, see, we still get some, but the bugs get quite a few of them as well. That's a nice ripe one with no issues. With no issues, we love that. That one is not. That's still decent. Oh, I keep missing that when I try to throw it to the chicken. I would prefer to let them get ripe. That's when they are at their sweetest. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do if you want to get a decent harvest of things. I harvested quite a few of them yesterday. See, like this one was sitting on the plastic. I know y'all can't see it. I'm too far away. I'll move y'all over here in a minute. But this one was sitting on the plastic, and it's ripe, nice and red, and no issues with it. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna try and do some plastic over here. And like I said, the rain is not helping with the situation, but nonetheless, oh, nice one. Let me move y'all real quick. So yeah, it's all right. I mean, reality is when you make a jam or something, you're gonna add sugar to it anyway. So there's a lot of flowers too. So this is not our only. Oh, that one's super white on that side. It's not gonna be our only harvest. Some little birds up here having a disagreement. It's not gonna be our only harvest, so it's okay. See? Real pretty though. And if y'all remember we had thinned this out like a lot in fall. It just grows right back. They're perennial, so they come back every year. Every year they come back. But that's not a bad harvest. Like I said, I harvested some yesterday. They were much bigger. That one has I ain't getting that over to them chickens at all. Anyway, we done there. We're gonna venture into this orchard area because we got a lot of oregano over there and a lot of sage that we need to get. And then I think we're done with our harvest for today. I'm so excited. The next time we're out here together, we have to tie up these tomatoes. Someone did ask me to show how I trellis these, and I will. I have videos from last year too if you're interested. There's videos from last year where I trellis these tomatoes, and then we have to tie some things up. So the next time we out here, we're gonna do that. But right now I'm gonna have to go in the house and get this stuff in the dehydrator, probably blanch and freeze those kale plant leaves. But let's go on over here and I hope I can set y'all up because it is already wild in there. I also need to go ahead and get some comfrey and put it in some water. I have some from last year, so that's cool. I'll have that to use this year, but I also want to get another one started. So we're going to do that too while we out here today. Okay, we're not bringing no chair. We're not bringing no chair here. We just go get this sage, and I also do the same type of cut on the sage right above a leaf that's growing, fresh part of the plant, because that's where more leaves are going to grow from. Oh, you know what else? We need to get some rosemary too. But rosemary grows here all year long. Like it did not die out last year. We got some parsley that went to seed as well. So the thing is, if you harvest enough, the plant doesn't get super woody quickly. I just didn't harvest a lot over here last year because it was so wild over here. But we're not doing that this year. Wild or not, we getting these herbs. The more you harvest, the more it grows. So that's what I'm trying to make sure I do this year. I've been harvesting the oregano for the chickens. I've been harvesting the oregano for the chickens a lot so far this year. So it's a lot still, but it has been getting harvested. This is my first oregano harvest of the year so far. Sage, I'm sorry. This is my first sage harvest of the year. So we in here, y'all. We in here. If you want herbs, just remember, they gonna grow just a lot. They gonna grow a lot. But this is our first harvest of that. The blackberry bush is trying to grow everywhere. I got some kind of sap down here. It's probably not supposed to be. This is the peach tree, and I'm sure that's not supposed to be down there. I'm gonna have to look it up and find out what it is. We getting all the sage. Sage smells so good. Here's some oregano right here too, so we're gonna go ahead and take that. This bush had a little bit of problems getting started this year, so I definitely want to make sure that I harvest it so that it can keep trying to grow more, because this was as bushy as the other one I have the year before, but it just struggled to come back this year. So it's okay. It still did. I think they say oregano is a part of the mint family maybe, and mint has no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and take this parsley out. It's laying all over. It was flowering, but it was laying all over my fig tree, and I'm very excited to have that fig tree. I don't know that we care as much about the strawberries. Well, actually, strawberries over here look good too. I put one plant over here that got eaten. That one too. They're actually seem to be doing better over here with not getting eaten. I put one plant over here 1 year, and it has just spread through this area, which is fine by me. So yeah, I'm trying to watch my fig tree because I don't want the weeds to get it. I want it to grow. I can't wait to harvest a fig. Look at all these weeds, y'all. This area over here it's just wild, which is fine. Like I always say, it's what I wanted. Oh, look at that pretty little thing. Anyway, it's what I wanted, and it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Ew, that one's gross. My fig tree looks good though. It's starting to grow. Let me go put these in the bowl. I'll be right back. When I come through here, it's like all my life I had to fight. Oh Lord. I'm gonna take as much of this oregano as I can, because I just want to make sure it grows back nice and bushy by the end of the season. I'm gonna come over here and do some weeding soon again, because this is like my 4th time this season weeding this area. I'm gonna leave y'all down here, and I'm going to get this oregano, and I'll be right back. right, look at that. So now I'm gonna take y'all on the other side, see if I can show y'all this rosemary, because we're gonna harvest that too. Oh, my basil fell out. Okay, I hope y'all can see me. So here go the rosemary right here. It's over here by these tree collards, which I'm trying to see what will happen there. But we're gonna go ahead and harvest this too. This is another one where you don't want to cut in the wood because it will not grow back. Most cases it's not gonna grow back. I did it before. That's how I can tell you. I killed a whole rosemary plant before. So you want to take the fresh green part of it, not the woody part of the plant, so that you can get it, so that you can continue to grow it and get more. Some water got in my eye. There's another rosemary plant over here, but it's kind of struggling to get its life together, which is fine. I'm gonna give it its time to get its life together. But look at that. I hope y'all can see me over here. I gotta put y'all where I can, cause when I tell y'all this little area over here ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. But it's growing a lot of food. It's growing a lot of food. And even when I cut the fresh piece, I still cut at a spot where new leaves are growing, to keep it growing. And a lot of these you can hang dry, so you don't even have to have a dehydrator. I used my baker's rack last year to dry a lot of stuff. I'm coming back. I'll be over there in a minute. So that's a pretty little rosemary harvest we got, y'all. It's so pretty with the white leaves on the back. The bottom side is leaves. Is white. Oh my goodness. And it smells so good. It smells so good. Okay, so that is today's harvest, y'all. Like, it looks so good. I'm very happy for it. That's today's harvest. We are about to go ahead and get some comfrey leaves. Go ahead and make the comfrey fertilizer. But I'm going to go put my sleeves on, like the garden sleeves, and some gloves because comfrey is prickly. All right, so we got the comfrey leaves and I put my sleeves on. These are from Farmer's Defense. Really good. They fit really well. I have two pair. Pair I got from Amazon. Pair this Farmer's Defense sent me. Farmer's Defense is better. They actually fit you like they're supposed to. They have the holes in the hand. Like, if you are thinking about getting some of these this year, and it was sponsored at the time. I haven't been sponsored by them in quite some time, but I'm telling you because they are really good arm sleeves if you are interested. So we got some comfrey. Like I said, we're gonna go over here, and this is not even a fraction of the comfrey that I have because comfrey grows prolifically. They grow large. This is the plant that was near the other sage, and I was trying to give the sage some light, so that's why I chose that plant. So we're gonna go ahead, drop this in some water, and start at some more fertilizer. Okay, so comfrey fertilizer is super simple to make. I have a bucket. I'm going to drop the comfrey leaves in it. Now, if you have a brick or something to hold it down with, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Just put it in the bucket. I could definitely go get some more, and I probably will once I make this video. I got to bring myself to go back in there and grab some more. And so this is comfrey, but you could throw all different kinds of things in here. You could put the leaves from your garden in here. You could put weeds in here. You could put all of that stuff in here. I got a volunteer tomato. There's a volunteer tomato. I'm going to take that because when you have volunteers, they are getting acclimated to your climate, to your area. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and take that out because it'll probably be one of my stronger plants this year. Anyway, back to the comfrey tea. So I'm going to go ahead and put some water in here. I save rainwater right up under my spout. My thing fell off, but the water's still coming. Anyway, it fell off. I'm just gonna grab some water, put it in here, and that's how I'm gonna make my tea, and I'm gonna let it sit. This whole bucket back here is already full of it, and so when I fertilize, which I need to do, I will start to use that, and we'll let this one continue to break down. So I saved my rainwater, like right here. It's just in a tote. The tote is falling apart, but it still is saving water. But where the water comes out when it rains, I just put the watering can under, and then that gets filled up too. So we're just gonna fill this bucket up with water, and then we're gonna put it back over there, and we're just gonna let it sit. So also, I need to warn you, it smells awful. I'm gonna show you the bucket from last year. It looks disgusting, it smells disgusting, but it's really good for the garden. Ooh! Look, y'all. It's so gross. But this has literally been sitting since last year. I'm trying to see if I can find, oh, there goes one right there. Look, so gross. And it's still some down at the bottom, but good for the garden, y'all. Good for the garden. It's so gross. Oh my God, it smells so bad. And I think I might have put some compost in this one too. It just smells so bad. But the next time it's time for us to fertilize, we don't have to go to nobody's store. All we gotta do is come over here and open this and start to fertilize. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.